Hey, Kyrie Irving, NBA Kanye. I mean, he'd like to entertain playing for Team Australia, wouldn't he? Whoo, boy. Hey, Jim, how do you feel about it? I'll tell you what, not fucking great. So people are torn on this. Why is that, you might ask? Well, because he's really fucking good at basketball. That's never been my problem with Kyrie. My problem is that he's a C word in the loosest fashion of that. You can make up whatever C word you want to fit in there. That's the beauty of me saying that, you see. You could say, cool guy. You could also say other words. But just reading his sit down with Sam Amick of The Athletic, where I loved what he did in Dallas last year. They make the fucking finals. It's awesome. He's a great dude. Everyone loves the guy. And then he sits down for this interview with Sam Amick, and you're like, yeah, I'm learning to fucking be a better dude. I'm learning to be a better leader. I learned a lot in Boston and Brooklyn. Oh, where you were a shit bloke. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, interesting. I'm glad you learned something from that. His interactions with the Jewish community after he shared the and promoted that anti-Semitic film. Yeah, that's, there was also the whole fucking vaccine, derail my team for a couple of years kind of vibe. Just a real leader, So, a lot of my problems just come from just the shit show that is Kyrie around it. But in Dallas last year, it was fine. And it seems like because he was in such a comfortable situation in Dallas, and he says this in the interview with Nico Harrison and fucking J-Kid and stuff like that, he's not the focal point. There's like Luka, and he sort of just gets to do what he wants, basically, Kyrie. And like, that's a great spot to be in, right? Like, if you are a lunatic, like, you're just like, hey, I'm just trying to be myself, man. Like, cool. If yourself is a shithead and the spotlight's on you the entire time, you're going to look like a shit. If the spotlight's suddenly on somebody else, though, your shitheadedness looks substantially less because there's not as much of a fucking spotlight on it, right? So I think he learned a lot, though, in that Brooklyn stint and the way it ended. And then moving to Dallas and like trying to figure out what he wants from, his professional career at this point. Like, the dude's hit one of the biggest shots in the fucking history of the entire league in a finals game that won them a title. He's got nothing really to prove basketball-wise. But he's also very, very substantially pissed off with Team USA after getting kicked to the curb. And he's like, oh, fucking I am Australian. Everyone's like, oh, yeah, remember that? Yeah, you fucking keep trumpeting that every time you need to, Kyrie. But he was born in Melbourne, where I am currently standing right now, the lands of the Wurundjeri people. And he holds dual citizenship. So all that needs to happen is for it to be ticked off by Team USA, because he's represented them, won a fucking gold medal for them already, and FIBA. And also for Australia to go, oh, yeah, fucking come aboard, Kyrie. What do you reckon? And everybody is kind of like, yeah, maybe, because he'll be 36 by the time the LA Olympics roll around. And do we need another point guard? My favourite comment, I think, on the thing that I shared on the old NBA Australia socials was, so his exact quote was, I would love to entertain playing for Team Australia, man. And someone pointed out, entertain? We have entertained playing for Team Australia at home, and a picture of Ben Simmons, and I fucking lost it. I love that. To the point where I've actually got to give credit where credit's due, because that was a fucking great call. We have entertained it at home. Ben Simmons, boom. Because, yeah, that's definitely what we need as well, like another fucking point guard who's a lunatic just fucking tickling the balls of Team Australia time and time again. Like, the boomers aren't for ball tickling. Like, this is probably my biggest, angry shit when it comes to Ben Simmons. Like, oh, I'd love to fucking play. Then fucking shut up and do it, dickhead. Like, there's no other way around it. Like, don't fuck with the national team. Like, that is absolute, again, C-word territory where you're just like, dude, don't. Fuck off. Either you're in or you're out. Like, this is the culture that Patty Mills and Jingles and co, Dally, etc., have, established and helped build on over the last fucking 2 decades, basically, right, is no dickheads allowed policy. Like, that's a good one. I love Mitch Creek. But, if you don't fit into the team culture, and I feel like Creaky probably has learned a lot from that as well, right? You sort of get to a point, it's like, oh, yeah, fuck. Well, no dickheads allowed. and you have a really, really good team culture there with the Boomers now. Do you want Kyrie in there? I'm probably not going to say no at this point because I feel like a 36-year-old Kyrie in LA next to Josh Giddey. Paddy Mills might be a bit cooked at that point. They'd be like 40 at this point. So Jingles is done skis. Dally's done skis. You'd have Johnny Furphy. You've got Alex Tui. You've got Alex Dukas. You got some fucking dudes. It's a good team. If you can fucking have a bit of an old man Kyrie in there and he's not a fucking lunatic in 4 years, I'll be laughing. But anyway, let's have a look at who said that fucking entertain this at home comment because it was just... Seriously, I fell off my fucking chair. There we go. Stu Benson, you legend. I'd love to entertain it. Mum, we have entertained it at home. Ben Simmons. Amazing. So, to quote him properly though, and this is context, I said this a week or two ago, that's what we do here at NBA Australia. We contextualize shit for you so you're all good. And I had just the headline on this as well. I would love to entertain playing for Team Australia, man. It's not called fucking Team Australia, dickhead. For Australia... We're not Team Australia, it's the Boomers, or Australia, or the Australian Boomers. So fucking get yourself educated, dickhead. So he goes on to say, I don't think it's a strong possibility at this point, depending on what the Olympic Committee does. But as a competitor, I was born in Australia. So where did I go fucking wrong last time, dickhead? Just saying. For me, it's not a hard transition to make. Oh, really? But I don't want to fall into the same, I would say, probably I'm trying to be very intentional with my words here. Did you notice the last word salad? His brain's mush. I love it. I don't want to fall into the trap of being let down or disappointed when I know that there are other opportunities out there for me. So he's sort of fucking I'll throw myself out there and then maybe if I get the fucking right little fucking thumbs up, we're good. At the same time, it's also him going, fuck you, Team USA, because you dogged your mate Kyrie. And his entire thing is I don't know if it was all because of Nike, because remember the furor, Nike dropped him. He's now with Anta. That's all whole fucking shoe business stuff. And Nike is a big thing when it comes to Team USA. So he's just shitted off about all that. And he's like, right, fuck you, you're cool, fuck you, I'm out, peace. I don't know if you need that on Team Australia, but it would be a nice little bit of extra talent, wouldn't it? Just put him next to Gids, fucking don't mind that, fucking 1-2. Costa Zoo. It's basically what they've got in Dallas at the moment. Just, Aussie Luca. Josh Giddey.